guys, welcome back to 1776 or Bust. So I want to do a quick video, hopefully it'll be quick, on my experience with this new lever action rifle that I just took out to the range. And this happens to be my Henry. This is the X model. This little bad boy is in 44 mag, just a really nice rifle in appearance. You can see that I've already switched out the handguard to the Ranger Point Precision. This is their next generation handguard. I've got to say, if you have a lever action rifle, you got to get one of these. It's fantastic. It goes on very snug, very tight, fits perfectly. No major issues at all whatsoever. So I highly recommend getting one. This rifle is kind of interesting because it just is what I would want in what I would consider a tactical lever action rifle. You know, you've got your all black finish. You've got your threaded barrel here. So if you want to attach any kind of muzzle device, you can do that as well. It does come with fiber optic front and also fiber optic rear. And let me see if I can get that a little bit closer to the camera. Hopefully that'll show. But you do have the red fiber optics in the rear, and you also have the green fiber optic in the front. So it is a very nice setup, and it really has what I would want in something that I would consider a home defense rifle, maybe just a truck rifle, or just, you know, kind of the gray man type of thing, if you're into that stuff. Now, overall, the look of the rifle was great. The feel of the rifle is great. The actual lever is extremely smooth. There is no kind of burrs, no resistance whatsoever. So really the lever action works very smoothly. My biggest complaint of this rifle is there were a couple of small issues, but then there was one issue that made the rifle unfunctional. So again, this is just mine. This is probably nobody else's rifle out there, but this is the experience I had when I took this out for 50 rounds. So first off, the rear sight. The rear sight actually came undone. As you guys can see, there is a set screw right there. And this set screw eventually, I guess, worked itself out. And unfortunately, the actual rear sight came out of the dovetail. So I did not have a wrench or an Allen wrench to actually put it back in. And unfortunately, I had to take it off, so I can only use the front fiber optic, which kind of was a bummer. But it didn't really affect much. I mean, it's a lever. You just point and shoot. It's not that difficult. The other minor issue that I had was the screw for the trigger control, which is this one right here. This sucker worked its way out as well. I actually had to push it back in and then screw it back in with my fingernail because I didn't have a screwdriver for it. So that's kind of a disappointing factor in it as well. Now, I mean, overall, I have to say I've never had this experience before with any other lever action I've owned. This is my first Henry, and I can only assume that this is just a fluke, right? Because so many people own Henrys and no one has any problems with them. So I have to say it's probably just unique to this rifle. After about 20 rounds, I noticed also that the threaded, the little cap here for the threaded barrel, this actually began to unscrew as well, which was kind of a disappointing thing as well. I mean, again, nothing major. I mean, the screws you can actually work with. You can just put some Loctite on it and keep it steady that way. But the biggest problem that I had with this rifle came at about the 15 round mark. And what happened was, as I was shooting it, I could not feed any more rounds in it. I was like, what the heck's going on with it? And then I had realized that the actual tube actually, and I'll show you how it works. So basically, like this tube right here, you basically just turn it and then you can pop it out. Now, the reason why that's actually a good thing is because if you want to have a quick reload, albeit I don't know how quick it is, you can just pop the tube out, fill it up with your rounds, and then put the tube back in, and then rotate it back in place. So after about 15-ish rounds, what happened was this actually worked itself out, and then the tube popped out. So again, that's just been my experience with it, and that's only been with 50 rounds. Now that problem only happened one time. No other issues after that with the tube, but still, I mean, it's not what I expected from this rifle. Henry has a great name. They make great lever actions. And I don't know of anybody else who's ever shown that or displayed that or had that issue. I did take some video of me shooting the rifle initially. And I'm going to put that in there. I can't remember because I'm actually going to edit this video after I've made this part of it. But I can't remember if you can hear me kind of messing around with the lever because the rounds wouldn't feed. And then I got a round stuck in there because the tube was actually popped out at that point. But nonetheless, you know, it's a little disappointing. You know, a lot of good features. You can, you know, obviously have the side gate here to load your tube, but you know, I'm disappointed, guys, because I really was looking forward to shooting this gun. I do love the 44 Magnum and this size of a rifle. It just works really nicely. It's a very nice feeling and shooting rifle, and everything works out well. I mean, the cheek weld is solid. Everything is solid on the gun. It just seems like mine just had a couple of weird things to it. So what I'd like for you to do is tell me, if you own a Henry, have you had any similar issues like that? Or do you think this is more just unique to me and the black cloud that's hanging over me when it comes to maybe newer guns? I'm not sure. But that's been my experience. Obviously, I'm going to reach out to Henry and see what they say. And then hopefully it'll be nothing major and maybe just quick fixes. But right now, the jury's still out on this one. I mean, again, I have Marlins. Never had one issue with it. But again, they don't have the expandable tube out. So that's kind of different in regards to, you know, this particular model. But yeah, I mean, it's a nice looking rifle. I wish it worked a little bit better, but you know, I'll have to take it back out and see what happens next. But overall, you know, I'm just not super happy with it, just because of those kind of fluky, weird, strange happenings. But again, leave those comments down below. If you don't mind, share the video, give us a thumbs up if you choose to, give us a follow, and of course, you can always support us through Patreon. I appreciate everything you guys do in regards to subscribing and supporting the channel as a whole. I hope you have a great night, stay safe, and as always, everyone, freedom is never free.